Released thousands of foreign Central Americans who have been detained after crossing our border illegally. Now, meanwhile, the Inspector General of the DHS just released a report warning that thousands of green cards have disappeared and that, quote, in the wrong hands, green cards may enable terrorists, criminals, and undocumented aliens to remain in the United States. Here now with us, Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke, Fox News contributor Mercedes Schlapp. You know, Sheriff, I had on my radio show today two parents. Both cases, their kids were killed by illegal criminal aliens, people that were in the justice system that were released back out to the public, including one guy lost his son. He was working overnight at a convenience store, and the guy responsible had kidnapped and raped a woman and still got released and then killed this guy's son. I mean, when are we ever going to learn?
Well, Donald Trump has made it very clear things are going to be different in his administration. He's going to seal the border. And the first place to start in terms of deportation are these criminal aliens. This revolving door has got to stop. The people that you interviewed today, you look at the family of Kate Steinle and others who I have met who have been victimized, American citizens victimized by people who are illegally in the country and then come in and violate our nation's laws. The Department of Homeland Security has handled this very sloppily. You know, they have the casualness of handling these green cards, these documents, like you lose your car keys. Well, they'll turn up somewhere, I guess. This is serious because in the hands of, as you said, document forgers from terrorist organizations, they could cause catastrophic consequences on allowing terrorists into the United States with these forged documents with the help of these green cards. There's been no investigation, no sense of urgency by Jeh Johnson or anybody at the Department of Homeland Security, but things are going to be different under President-elect Donald Trump.
Have you, your name's been mentioned a lot, have you been approached for a possible position in the administration?
Sean, I'm not going to go there at this point in time. Look, they're well aware of what they're doing there. Donald Trump will decide in the end who he wants to assist him in making America great again.
I didn't see you on the camera in the lobby of Trump Tower going in and out. Did you sneak in the side door like I did, or what?
Well, look, when the president asks you to serve, you step up and you fulfill that duty. Yeah. I think it would be an honor to serve in the Trump administration. We'll just leave it at that for now.
All right, Mercedes, let me ask you, because this is really important. Politically, you see what I call the alt-radical left. They are going insane. Right. These poor college kids need their professors to give them Play-Doh and hot cocoa and coloring books and aromatherapy and cry rooms. What happens when Donald Trump actually follows up, as we talked about in the last segment, on the agenda, including deporting criminal aliens?
Well, I think that we can all agree that deporting criminal aliens should be a priority for our nation. At the end of the day, these individuals should have never been here in the first place. And guess what? When they try to deport them to their homeland, those countries don't even want them. But the mere fact here is that what we have seen, Sean, is an era of dysfunctional immigration system in America. And that needs to just end. We need to move into the law and order in this country. The problem is that there's this perception in many of these countries in Central America and Mexico that you can simply come into America illegally and stay here. In fact, they're having these cases in which individuals are coming in, they pose with these children that are not even their children, so they bypass the smugglers and are simply coming in because they believe that the Border Patrol agents will be more sympathetic towards them. That has to end.
Do you think this president would be bold enough to actually offer pardons to illegal immigrants? We know the power of the pardon is pretty absolute. Do you think he could do that for hundreds of thousands or millions of Americans, millions of illegals?
Question. And I think that President Obama, there was mention that the immigration advocates were pushing President Obama to pardon the Dreamers. You know, if he does take that step, I think there will be, I think you will find that Americans will be upset because this is a process that it should not go. Immigration should not be handled through executive orders. This is why we have Congress to act and legislate on these laws. And I think that that's why you have President-elect Trump, who will be working with Congress to push forward an immigration reform that makes sense, where it is about securing the border first and then dealing with the issue of what are you going to do with the illegal immigrants who have been here for an extended period of time.
I think that's always been my idea. I agree as well. Sheriff, last word.
Sean, President Obama, it's my biggest fear, the scorched earth policy. He's like a tenant who's been evicted from a property and he's going to trash the